I have helped 3 editors scale to $10,000 per month so far, and helped way more editors scale to $1,000 per video. And personally, I charge anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000 per video, and even went up to $7,000 per video. So in this video, I'm gonna cover 3 steps to get your first $1,000 video, and furthermore scale to $10,000 per month doing what you love. Starting with the first step, which is having a first impression piece. Now, I call it a first impression piece for a simple reason. I have talked with the head of management at MrBeast Gaming recently, and he told me that the way they find editors is that they go to Twitter, they find a good editor in the niche they want, and they go to his following and then open like 20 other editors, because usually good editors follow other good editors, and they keep doing that and filtering through the good ones, and then they find like 20 good editors that they outreach to. Now, when they open 20 tabs at once, they don't give editors a chance. They just look at the first post, and in like 5 seconds or 10 seconds they decide if it's good enough or not. If it's not good enough, then they close the tab. Tough luck for you. You have lost the opportunity to work with MrBeast Gaming. And even if the first post is good, then they click on the portfolio and they watch the first video. And again, if the first video of the first 30 seconds of it is not good enough, tough luck for you. And they eliminate 80% of editors from that first Twitter post and first video on the portfolio. Most YouTubers don't even look past it. So right now you're spending all of this time making all of these perfect videos. Most YouTubers will watch only the first one. Even if they decide you're good enough, they're not gonna give you the time to watch the other videos. It's only the first video and first post, and just even beside that, like 80% of YouTubers are gonna reject you just based off your first post. So the first step to charge $1,000 per video is to have a good first impression post. So the first impression post is basically your Twitter post and your YouTube video on the portfolio. This alone will determine like 80% of your conversion. And to be clear, no, you should not have trash videos after that, because the one YouTuber that you need to make $10,000 per month might click the first video, see it, oh, that's pretty good, I want to hire this guy, see the second video and see that it's trash, and he goes, actually, on second thought, maybe I can find a better editor. And then he leaves your portfolio because again, he has 20 tabs open. So right now, I want you to do an actionable step that most editors never do. I want you to actually act like you've never seen your account before and open it up and see the first impressions that you gave for me, be your banner and your first post. Do you look like a good editor that is actually professional and has worked with big creators? Or do you look like a random kid from a third world country? Which, like, it's normal to be a kid. I made $10,000 per month at 15 years old. But I've shown myself in a different way. And I'm also in a third world country. But I conveyed myself on Twitter and on my portfolio in a different way. That even all of the clients that I work with them for a couple of videos before they even ask me. By the way, like, how old are you? I remember being on a call after getting paid thousands for one video, and like my client asks me that, and I'm like, how old I am? You cut it out. What did they say? They don't care how old you are after you have shown that you actually can deliver on the video. But if we get the first impressions that I'm 15 years old from a third world country, he probably wouldn't have DM'd me when he saw my Twitter and portfolio. So actually look at your Twitter like you've never seen it before, and see your first impression. How do you convey yourself? Look at the first post. Does it actually look like it's worth $1,000 per video? Or do you look like any random guy on Fiverr? And then click on your portfolio and watch the first video. Is it actually something that you're proud of? Because if it's not, then I have good and bad news for you. The bad news is that most YouTubers will think the same exact thing and will not DM you. The good news is that to fix it, you probably need 2 changes. First of all, obviously your PFP and banner, then change it so you don't look like a random teenager from a third world country. And then your Twitter post and first video and portfolio, you can fix both of those by having a first impression piece, which is basically a piece of work, one video that they spend like 2 weeks on to make perfect. And that way you hit 2 birds with 1 stone. You make a good Twitter preview you can pin, and you have a good first video on your portfolio. That way, whenever you're 1 out of the 20 tabs they have open, you'll be 1 out of like the 3 DDM. Because most of the tabs are gonna be kids, trash video editing, someone doesn't have their DMs open, and some stupid shit like that. The people that they will end up DMing are people who have a good first impression post. So that was the first step to charge your first $1,000 video. That way, clients start DMing you and responding to your outreach. The second step is having backup clients. Right now, whenever I work with someone one-to-one, or they're one of the first 50 guys that join my community, I'm doing one-to-one calls with like the first 50 people that joined the community, the link in the description, where I tell them how to charge higher prices and set a roadmap for them to hit $10,000 per month. There's like 16 spots left at the time of recording this video if you want to join it. But the first thing that I always ask them is, how long would you be able to survive if you had to drop all of your clients right now? That's the first question that I ask, because it sets the frame for the rest of the roadmap. The steps they have to take are super different from, you have to work like 5 days a week to just pay rent this month, and they have to keep working with these clients so they're actually able to survive, from if they actually have a lot of money saved up so they can drop their income, and then get new clients and start raising their prices and skyrocketing like that. As a video editor or any job, matter of fact, the best way is to take a step backward to take 2 steps forward. That step backward should take like 1 to 2 weeks. It's not like months. And having backup clients is super helpful for that. If you have watched my previous videos where I talk about pricing, the way to price as a video editor is that you always one up your current price. So if you charge $300, you say $400 for the next guy, and then $500 for the guy after it, and you keep raising it like that. If you don't have any clients right now, it's super hard to do that. Because if you say no, then congrats, you're on $0 per month. You don't have any backup plan. When you say a price and they say like a price lower than it, you will accept it because you need money right now. You're desperate. You don't have abundance. Meanwhile, if you say that you have a backup client, even if it's $100 per video, for any new client that comes to you, you could tell him, I'm gonna charge $1,000 per video. And if they say no, you can just stay with the $100 client and just keep saying 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. And worst case scenario, you just continue doing what you're doing until some guy accepts it for $1,000 per video, and now we have jumped from 100 to instantly $1,000 per video. And that's the biggest problem that I find the editors that I'm coaching facing. They want to charge $1,000 per video, but they don't have any backup clients, so they cannot. Like, if they say 1,000 and he rejects them, like, they're not gonna have any work to do. What are they gonna do? Like, even if they can survive, even if their financial situation is good, they don't want to have no work right now. They want to still have something to edit and something to improve on, make animations on, put on your portfolio, if it doesn't accept it, which is why I always recommend them to have at least one client at each time. Again, that's why the first question I ask is, how long could you survive if you had to drop all of your clients right now? A lot of editors would give you the unreasonable advice of, oh, just drop all of your clients right now, start doing whatever, and in 2 months you're gonna make money. But that's realistically not possible if you don't have a backup client, because most people have bills to pay. Even if you're a young, ambitious editor and you might not even need to pay rent, I find that a lot of people like that have the same responsibilities that they did, is that they paid for their entire family. I'm from a third world country, and at 15 I paid my whole family tips, so I still needed money because we had $10,000 of debts to pay. I could not live in La La Land with no clients for 2 months, which is why having a backup client is super important. So you're able to pay the bills. You have like a client to make animations for and improve on when you have no one allocation to you, and that gives you the confidence to have abundance. It allows you to say that number and not care if they accept it or not. Because worst case scenario, you still have this client and you're still gonna be able to pay for your family. And by the way, anyone who's watching this who's young and he's taking responsibility for stuff that he doesn't have to, he pays for his family or he buys them gifts, he takes them out and does stuff like that, shout out to you, because you would imagine that most young people who make money use it and buy watches, stuff like that. From the people that I have coached, maybe it's just the type of people that I check, but most of them actually make the money for their family and to actually take responsibility and do good in the world, which is a noble reason, and I feel like it forces me to make these videos to help you earn more money. And the third, and arguably the most important step of them all, is a huge red flag that all YouTubers notice, and is like in 90% of editors. They all make this mistake, and it's a huge 1 kilometer tall red flag for clients, and they don't even realize it. And right now we have talked about the first impression post and having backup clients, which are stuff outside of your editing. The third one is in your editing. So a lot of the editors that I coach, they have like a simple logic where they say, well, this is the level of the average editors that they see on Twitter right now. Therefore, let me one up him and make more animation and makes him look fancier, which I loved and encourage. This mindset of trying to one up your competition and like be unreasonable, but they do it in the wrong way. They do it in a way where they get too tunnel vision about other editors that they forget about the clients. So in my weekly editing reviews I do inside of the community, where they send me edits, it's actually quite rarely that the problem with the edit is that it's not fancy enough or it doesn't look good enough. It happens sometimes and I tell them how to improve it, but most of the edits that they send me, counterintuitively, it's actually too complex. They basically take a video from YouTube that had footage to show, and they just take the entire footage, remove it, and they make an animation for everything. But there was footage already to show it. And if you watch any MrBeast podcast, one of the most important rules of YouTube that he talks about is that you have to confirm the click. For example, in these videos, you have clicked on a video of someone that looks like me, which is like, you clicked on me. Therefore, the first second of the video, I always show my face. Before going into animations and having like complex stuff, I show footage of me. In the same way, if the video is about Minecraft, you cannot have the first 5 seconds of the video or even 30 seconds sometimes, because they clicked on a Minecraft video. You have to confirm their click and show them footage of Minecraft. Also, beside that rule, most animations could be basically replaced with footage, and it would do equally as good. You only make animations for stuff that cannot be shown with footage. For example, when I said that I went from $5 on Fiverr to $10,000 per month, that requires an animation because I don't have a Fiverr logo on me right now. I don't have a number of $5 that I can turn up to 10,000 in front of you. So the idea has to be conveyed with animations. And you're gonna find out that most YouTube videos have a lot of ideas that don't have footage. You just have to learn to find them. They're like super short sentences that you can make animations for. But most editors make animations for random things. Oh, here's 30 seconds. Okay, let me figure out how to make an animation on it. Never make an animation of this footage that already explains it. Because the footage will always be more important and will do better retention-wise and for YouTubers than your animations. You add animations on top of footage in that case to make the footage like more clear. You highlight the important parts. There's so many stuff that you do. But the last thing that you do is that you replace the footage with an animation. In the video editing masterclass inside of my community, it has like 40 models in total. 30 of them is like inside of Premiere, how to make the animations. I make an animation in front of you. I tell you the shadows, lighting, whatever, parallax, depths, the sound effects, music, how to cut, all of this stuff. But I also have an entire 10 model segment where I basically explain how to think of animations and where not to put animations. Because right now, when you make animations for someone that had footage or make animations that replace the intro and don't confirm the click, guess what? YouTubers do not care about animations as much as you do. You get in tunnel vision forgetting that you're the only one who sees editors and see edits like 24 hours a day. YouTubers don't care about any of that. They just want retention. They want views. They're paying you to get more views because this is a business. And every big YouTuber already knows it. You have to confirm the click, and footage is always more important than animations. They have watched the Mr. Beast podcast. That's what they actually know. They don't know how to make complex animations. They don't know about the shadows. They don't know about the complex 3Ds that you have done. What they know is what improves retention and what doesn't. And if they decide that your editing is gonna make the animation do worse, guess what? They're not gonna DM you. You're gonna lose the client over that stupid mistake. You're gonna lose the client over doing too many animations. And this is especially super important in your first impression post. Because trust me, I've talked with so many YouTubers. When they click on your profile, they will see the first 5 seconds of your post. If they determine that you have done it in an intro, in like a place that wasn't deserved, like there could have been footage there and you replace the footage with an over animation, they're just gonna go to the next editor. And you might hear me like say all of this stuff and think, damn, like how am I gonna get clients? Like they sound very brutal, and they are. Big clients don't give chances to small editors, but that also means that when you're able to make your profile in the right way and make your portfolio in the right way and make a good first impression post, all of the big clients that check 20 editors at a time, they're all gonna DM you. Video editing is a winner takes all situation, and if you're able to do these 3 things correctly, have a good first impression post, have backup clients so you're able to say higher numbers, and always prioritize footage over animations, you're gonna be able to win that competition and get your first $1,000 per video. If you want to go on a one-to-one call with me where I break down your portfolio, your editing, the mistakes in them, how to outreach, and also get access to the 40 model editing masterclass where I explain exactly how to make complex animations like this one on the screen. So go click that link to join, and I will be excited to talk to you one-to-one. Good luck.